In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, I bear witness there's no God but God, and Prophet Muhammad is a slave messenger, and I seek refuge in Allah from the rejected Satan. In this video, I talk about the day I could touch the sun and some other cool experiences that I've had that I like discuss in this video. We'll get right into it. This was about when I was about 13 years old. I'm not sure exactly how old I was, but around there. And I went camping with my parents to a cottage with some family and friends. And one of the days I just decided to go to the lake with the fishing rod and just go fishing just by myself. And when I got to the lakeside, I was kind of debating, should I go in the water or not go in the water? And I didn't want to go with my shoes on, because if you go lake water with your shoes, it kind of makes your shoes kind of smell funky after. So I had to go in barefoot. So the shaitan was whispering in my ear, don't go into the water with your bare foot, because you could step on a piece of glass, or there could be a crawfish that nips at your toes, or some leech, or whatever could be in the mud. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? It was a beautiful view. It was beautiful scenery. Everything felt harmonious. I felt connected, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to trust in the one who created all this, and I'm just going to go barefoot into the water and not worry about it. So that's what I did. Took all my shoes and my socks, and I went into the water to about thigh deep and started casting. And then all of a sudden, my awareness started elevating really, really high. My awareness started really elevating, and I could sense all the animals, the fish, the plants, the mountains, the trees. I could feel them and I could hear them. And at the same moment, I could feel the sun getting closer and closer and closer to me till it was about this close. And the sun felt so powerful. The sun is a very powerful being. I can't explain how powerful the sun is. And it was right here. All I could see from my right side was all sun. The sun was so close to me, I could easily just touch it. But I just stayed very humble. I just kept my eyes lowered my gaze. I didn't look directly in the sun, but I just lowered my gaze. I could feel the sun very powerfully. And Allah has gifted the sun with a lot of power, and I could feel that, and I could feel everything around me, and it was a very beautiful experience, and my awareness was very heightened at the time, and I couldn't feel the hot or cold. If the sun was that close to you, you'd feel like you'd get burned alive, but Allah took the hot and cold away from me. And Allah has done this before. I walked in some cold weather, and Allah took the hot and cold away from me. I couldn't feel anything, couldn't feel temperature at all. And so that's what Allah did in this instance. It just took all the temperature away from me. I had a heightened conscious awareness, and I was operating outside of normal laws, and outside of normal natural law. And so that was going on for about 20-30 seconds, and I was just taking it all in, and I could feel everything, and I was just staying humble, and I could feel the fish in the water, and all of a sudden I could feel like the fish was going to hit my lure, and exactly as I thought it was going to hit, it hit, and it hit my line, and I could feel how happy the fish was. The fish was super happy, and yeah, the fish was super happy. I could feel like everything was happy. All of creation was happy around me. It was beautiful. And as I was reeling, I felt the fish hit, and it sort of took me away from that heightened state of awareness, and kind of the sun pulled back, and I could feel like my consciousness starting to come back to like normal levels, but I could still feel like how happy the fish were and the plants, and I just felt connected with everything, like one with everything. And I could feel that fish, the fish was super happy, and I had a fun time reeling it in. And when I caught the fish and I took the hook out of the fish's mouth, it just came out like nothing. It just came out like a thread out of a needle, like effortlessly, and it did zero damage to the fish. I was just amazed at that as well, how smooth that went, like no damage, and I could feel how happy the fish is. And I put him back into the water, and I could just feel the fish swim away, and like so happily, you know. So it was a very beautiful experience. I was very blessed to have that experience, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was the day I could touch the sun. And then I had another some other cool experiences where it was very similar to that. It was one of the first times I went to Jumu'ah prayer, and when I came out from that Jumu'ah prayer, I had a heightened, like, when I go to Jumu'ah prayer, I get a higher spiritual, like, vibration. Like, my vibration gets higher when I go to Jumu'ah prayer. And Allah says, you know, it's really good for you if you go to Jumu'ah prayer, if you only knew. And so I went to Jumu'ah. I still go to Jumu'ah prayer almost every Friday, inshallah. Try to be more regular with that. But I always try to go at least a few times a month out to the mosque to perform, to go and participate in the Jumu'ah prayer. And so when I came out of that and I was driving away, I could feel all of creation around me was just like singing this beautiful song, and then, like, I could feel it, like creation was like swaying back and forth, like in this beautiful song. Like it was like full of emotion, no words, but I could feel emotion. I could hear sound, and it was just praising Allah, you know, and every moment was more beautiful than the next, and it was just so beautiful, and I could hear it for a good 30 or 40 seconds, and it slowly dimmed away. And very beautiful experience. This has happened to me a few times, so it was very similar to the time when I was in the lake. But what was cool about the lake is that the sun came down to me and came super close to me like that. It was very spectacular, and the sun didn't burn me at all. Allah protected me, alhamdulillah. So those are very beautiful experiences. I had another interesting experience where I personally don't wear my seatbelt. I take Allah as my shield and protector. That's what Allah says for me to do, for me to be successful. So I just take Allah as my shield and protector alone, nothing else. I don't take seatbelts or anything like that as my shield and protector. A seatbelt will not guarantee your life or not. That's in the hands of Allah. Also, so I've had a few seatbelt tickets in my days because I don't wear my seatbelt so I've gotten a few tickets back in the day, but now I'm taking Allah as my shield even more when I'm driving, so I feel even more protected even from getting a ticket or anything like that. So I'm really like taking Allah as my shield at a higher level. So this cop, I think it was the same cop that gave me a seatbelt ticket before, a few weeks before. This is about a year ago. And so so what happened was I got a ticket a few weeks ago, or a year ago, but a few weeks ago, and then a few weeks later I was in an intersection around the same area, and I'm pretty sure it was the same guy that gave me the ticket the first time. It was the same exact SUV police car, and it had the same vibe, the same vibe that I got from that police officer before. And so he was turning like this, and I was like at the lights here. So I saw his cop car coming like this, and then turning, going like that. So as he's turning, I can't see him through his tinted windows in his door window, but I was like, damn, that's the same guy, and he's looking to get me another ticket or whatever for not wearing my seatbelt or whatever. And what I saw was two red lasers that came out of the driver's side window, where somebody's head would roughly be, like Superman, like two red lasers, like Superman you see in the Superman movie, exactly like that, red, two laser beams coming out of what I believe was his eyes, coming at me, and I couldn't see him, but I could see the two red lasers coming out of his door window in his door side, but it was tinted, so I couldn't see him, and I could see the lasers coming out, and then it was coming right at me, and then it got pretty close to me, or pretty close to my car, and then this blue shield, like as soon as it hit the blue shield, like I could see the whole blue shield light up, like this circular blue shield all around, like my car and everything around me, like just blue shield, like just lit up, like blocked, completely blocked the red lasers, completely blue. As soon as it hit the blue, like it couldn't penetrate the blue, and it just dissipated as it hit the blue, like couldn't penetrate it at all. And so I was just like, whoa, what just happened here, you know? And I could see it messed up the cop, because the cop, I could see him like stuttering with his car, and he kind of like pulled over to the side and like didn't know what to do. And yeah, that's what happened. And I just drove off saying, you know, thank God, you know, thank Allah for protecting me. So yeah, that's the importance of taking Allah as your shield and protector, and taking Him as your shield and protector alone. And you know, the Mahdi, Imam Mahdi, he's going to have a whole, if the hadiths are correct, or that particular hadith is correct, that there'll be a whole like Muslim, so-called Muslim army with black flags are going to actually trying to kill, a whole army is going to go out and try to kill Imam Mahdi at some point, if that particular hadith is correct. Yeah, the Mahdi is going to have to take Allah as his shield big time, and Allah will swallow up, the earth will swallow up that army, and that's just the way, that's just how Allah's protection works. So it's something that the Mahdi has to develop, his protection from Allah, the unique creator of all that exists. So those are some experiences that I have. I had a few other ones that maybe I'll discuss in another video, but I think this is good. Some cool experiences, something a little bit different, and I wish you all the best. May Allah protect you, your family, friends, and all the believers in the world and in the multiverse, and may Allah guide us and protect us even more, protect our wealth, health, and our afterlife, and may Allah increase us in rank in the hereafter and in this world. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings. Take care.